Alright guys, now I got my little project done. I'm going to do a full review on our Sunray 109 Sport here. I hope you enjoy it. So the reason I'm out here this morning and decided to even do a video is because after a few trips I've got this pitting on the fenders, so I decided I'd sand them down and then do some truck bed liner on them so they wouldn't, maybe hold up a little bit better. And as I was doing that, what I found out is it looked basically the same on this side before I started sanding, but as I'm sanding, it's starting to peel away the old paint and underneath is more rust. So if you guys do invest in one of these trailers, I'd highly recommend that you either right off the bat seal it with something a little better or sand it down and get something. What I've used in the past on other projects is this truck bed coating by Krylon, and it seems to work really well. It's really durable. I think it's going to take some of those, whatever it's getting spat back at it, like rocks or something, I think it's going to take it a lot better with this on it, so we'll see. Alright guys, here's kind of what I'm talking about. This paint's just peeling right off. So, definitely do something about the fenders when you buy this thing. Alright, we'll start over here on the cabin side of the trailer. Here's the AC unit. We've got 2 speakers, some power outlets right here. And as you can see, we did that truck liner on the fenders. It looks a lot better. I had a couple goof up areas where the wind blew my newspaper into the paint, but other than that, it looks really good. And I think it's going to be way more durable than what was on there originally. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cabin first. As you can see, we have this nice little hook here that we can hook the door and hold it open. And it has a screen door, which is really nice if you want to open a window and get some breeze going. And inside, as you can see, we've got a seat that pulls out into a bed, and we've got a fan, we've got our radio stereo system. It plays AM, FM, I believe. So, we've got lights that run off the battery, one outside and one inside, or 2 inside. And you can also just turn one of them off with the clicker button if you want. So that's kind of a nice little feature. Now going inside. So this is how you pull out the bed. Just pull it straight out, and then those cushions fold down, make it into a bed. The original wood that was used for this was really flimsy. It was cracked, and then it would bend in certain places. I tried to get them to replace it on the warranty, but they just wouldn't go for it. So I ended up having to do that out of pocket, even though the workmanship on that was really poor. So I wasn't very excited about the warranty service on that. The AC unit was bad that they sent me, and they did do a good job of sending that and getting it replaced under warranty. But some of the more workmanship issues they're not going to cover as much, which was really disappointing. Anyway, as we get in the trailer here, here's kind of the view as you're sitting against the chair. We've got Billy the Bison here. He's kind of the star of the show. And then we've just cozied it up. We got some little decorations that we added, just to make it a little nicer. We've got the window over here. The blinds come up, and it is an emergency exit. And the window comes out. You just pop the screen out to escape. Blinds are nothing special, but they're all right. Over here, some more decorations. And then here's the thermostat. And I've added a few little things like that little shelf there, just to make it a little more livable. This shelf is nice. We can plug our iPhones into that USB port and then have a little shelf to set them on. It is wired to put like a TV in here. My wife and I didn't really want to do that because we don't like to go camping and watch TV. It kind of defeats the purpose of camping for us. And then we've got the fan. If it gets too stuffy, you just open that up and it sucks air I can't remember if I think it blows it out, sucks air out of the cabin. So, and that does run on the battery. We're not hooked up to power right now. So it has a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector that will warn you when you're running the furnace, if you're kind of getting into a dangerous situation with not having enough air, which is really good. And this thing heats up so quick. You pop it on and in like a couple minutes this whole thing is heated up. I used it in the winter time when it was freezing temperatures, and it heated everything up really quickly. All right, so we've kind of covered everything except for this on this side. This is if you wanted to do like an outdoor grill. You can plug it into here and use your propane bottle that you've got in the front. Nice little feature. I don't know that I would like the height of it. Maybe if I built like a shelf or something to use it, that would be a little better. All right, we'll continue back to the back. I really like the construction with the diamond plating. Originally, the license plate had a little bracket down here. That lasted a couple weeks and it was gone. And so I ordered this, a little more durable, screwed it into the actual trailer. And so I like that a lot better. The latches are not great. When you're driving with these, always have these backup ones latched, because even when this is locked, you can just pull on them and it'll open even though it's locked. So it's unlocked right now, but just imagine you could just pull and the whole thing would come open. So we'll get this open, that's closed. All right, so here's the rear kitchen area. We've done a lot of upgrades in this area. We removed the microwave and put it in storage because that's not something we would ever use. You have to be hooked up to power to use the microwave, and we're mostly off the grid when we're camping, so we preferred to have a little more space to put food and things, so that's why we did that. The refrigerator is really awesome. It'll run on electricity or gas. So when you unplug it, if the gas is loose and it's running, it'll just automatically kick on and start cooling your refrigerator. Has a decent amount of space inside and a little freezer, which actually does freeze. We put some ice cubes in this the other day and it did freeze them. The shelves are a little flimsy, so be careful about what you put inside them. This one's broken already, but the rest of them are still in okay shape. Just don't put a bunch of weight in here, especially if you're going to be off-road bouncing around. And I've put just this little thermometer in here so I can make sure my food is staying safe. All right, I added some hooks to be able to hang silverware and utensils and all sorts of good stuff, as well as this shelving so we can have plates and bowls, a little more space because it is kind of cramped back here. The other thing I added is one of these closet racks. When we were cooking, we were having a really hard time doing everything we needed to do because there's no counter space whatsoever. So we added this in, and all you gotta do is put that in right there. Open that up, put that in right there, and now it can support some weight, so you can put like your plates if you're dishing up, you know, whatever you need to. And it's metal, so you could put like your hot pot on there and it'll be just fine. We got this at Walmart. It's a nice little rack. I bent the bottom tabs so it just fits in there perfectly. So after you're done washing your dishes, you know, you put them in here, and then you want to go do something else and close up the trailer, I would just shove them in there, and then the water's just draining down there. Added a little holder here to put soaps and things. Right here's your light, and it's kind of the same as the inside. If you want to kick one off, you can do that. We added this paper towel holder right here. It's a good use of the space. And then up in here, we added some more baskets to store more food and more of the shelves from closets to be able to maximize our space. Over here is where you turn on the water heater, and right here is where you turn on the water pump. So that about does it for the back kitchen area. Besides down here, this is just kind of where we keep all of our pots, pans, and utensils. Nice little storage area. And then another outlet, of course. All right. Oh, one last thing that I did that I really am happy I did. These used to be actually one slot down, And I'm 6'1". So what I did is I moved these up, and what it did is it slanted this a little more upward, so I can walk under without hitting my head all the time and have a little more headroom to be able to do stuff. Also, we added some little levels in the corner here. The fridge will not run properly unless the trailer is pretty close to level. So I added one here and there. So as you can see where we're at right now, it would not run correctly. And you'd be like, why the heck is the fridge not working? Well, it's got to be level. So keep that in mind. You got to have that thing level to be able to run the fridge right. All right, so we'll close this up and continue on around. Right here, we have a water heater. The water heater, that's where it's at. And then city water connection. This is a solar hookup. That is a cable line for if you have a TV in there and you're at the place that has cable. We've got freshwater connection, and this is where our power's at. So that's where the cord, it actually is quite long. Let's see if I can get it out. It's kind of stuck. Somebody's pushed it back in there too far. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's quite long. Still might want to bring an extension cord just in case, but as you can see, good amount of length to be able to plug in. It's that type. I just go with it. With the truck bed liner, it looks pretty good, and I think it's going to be a lot more durable than what was on there. Hopefully it'll hold up quite a bit better. Word of advice: if it's windy, just be patient and don't take your newspaper and tape off until it's actually dry, because I've got a few spots here that are a little messed up because I was, excited to get it off so I could see how it all looked, and the newspaper was blown into it. So just be patient. Down here on the frame on both sides, it's kind of the same deal, kind of pitting. If I would have had more paint, I would have done these, but I highly recommend that you do kind of the frame pieces underneath as well, so they're not getting all rusty. But the tires and suspension are really great. Back when I had a Jeep, I took this like literally all the way up a mountain, and it did great. It pulled just fine. It was bouncing around, nothing really broke on it, so I was actually pretty impressed with off-road capability. Right here we have an outdoor shower, so if you feel like you need a shower, it's also hooked up to the water heater so you can get some warm water. Over here, some more storage. This little hook holds it open, and I just keep a bucket underneath if we're at like a campground, because the sink just drains straight onto the ground. So if we're at a campground somewhere where you wouldn't want to do that, I throw a bucket under there to catch all the gray water. And then we just keep some stuff in here, chalks, broom, extra water. I would not recommend towing this, traveling with the water tank full at all. Wait till you're at your destination and then fill it up with water so you can maximize your gas mileage, because this is a really light trailer, and super light when there's no water. When there's a full tank of water, it's gonna reduce your gas mileage quite a bit. It has these nice racks on the top if you wanted to put like a storage carrier on there or something. Really nice. Here's the exit for the furnace. Another qualm I have with this manufacturer is their labeling. You can barely even see the VIN, and you could barely even see it right when I bought it. I had to do a VIN thing where a police officer had to come and make sure the VIN matched and all that stuff, and he couldn't even hardly read this, and it's unreadable now. So that's definitely another thing that I don't like. Here to the front, we've done quite a few upgrades. So I added this box from Harbor Freight. It's a locking toolbox, and then I added an extra battery. There's actually room for 4 in here, but 2 was plenty for what I needed. I've used it for about a week, and I've never had a dead battery, so it's got plenty of power capacity. Here's where the propane hooks up. I added a little gauge on here so you can kind of see when you're getting low. It's not super accurate, but it's better than nothing. So you turn it on, and you can see the needle starts to rise, into the green, so we know we have gas in this tank. Something like that's nice, so you don't get out to where you want to be off the grid and not have any problems. I did actually cut this off and move it forward to make room for this box, and my father helped me weld it on. And then this did not come standard with the trailer. Trailer World Denver had a used one. It's one of those bike racks. I should have brought it, but it comes up and goes that way, so you can hang your bikes kind of right here, and it doesn't mess up your vehicle. But anyway, you can hang 2 mountain bikes, which is a nice feature for something like this if you're going on mountain biking trips or something like that. I also have a little wheel that I usually have on. I forgot to bring it with me, so we just put this on the ground. But when the wheel's on, this trailer is extremely easy to maneuver and move around. So I don't even back the car up to it. I usually just get the car close and then use the wheel to maneuver and put it on. So it's super easy. The other thing we upgraded was the spare tire holder. Originally it was a piece that unpinned and the whole tire would swing down onto the ground so you can get it off easier. But on that mountain trip I was telling you about that I went on, it was moving around so much that finally it just broke off and my whole assembly just fell out onto the trail. So I threw it in the Jeep, and when I got home my father helped me weld it on. We welded it onto the frame and onto this lock box, which was a little difficult because the walls are so thin, but we made it work. And now there's no swing feature, but it's on there really solid, and I don't think the tire's that heavy. It's easy enough for me to just unscrew it and lift the tire off. So other than that, it's been a really great trailer for us. We've enjoyed it. We've taken it down to Front Sight a lot. Front Sight Firearms Training Institute. It was perfect to just have our own little space that we can go to, cook meals, and enjoy the time. But thanks for watching my review on this Sunset Park Sunray 109. Leave anything in the comments if you have questions or comments. Thanks. Okay, one last thing I forgot to mention. My wife and I actually found this really awesome memory foam mattress on Amazon, and it fits into the space perfectly. You can also buy this nice carrying case, and we just fold it up with the sheets on, and that way it's ready to go when we're ready to have our bed made. So you just put it in. Through the door like so. It tri-folds, which is the only reason that this actually works. So then we unfold it. Just like that. And it's perfect. It's super comfy. Way better than the actual cushions. And we just leave those at home when we go, because we don't spend a whole lot of time in the cabin when we're out and about. We just sleep in here, and we can sit on the mattress if we need a seat. So it's really nice, really good quality mattress. It wasn't too expensive. I think the company's like Bamboo or something like that. Anyway, it's worked out really nice for us, and it made it so much more comfortable. Alright, and here's the last reason why we really love this trailer. Super lightweight. You can pull it with just about anything.